Wonder what's going on today. Breaking news. It appears that during a recent summit with the Japanese Prime Minister, President of the United States Donald Trump attacked the Prime Minister with a samurai sword while wearing nothing but a sumo wrestler's outfit. He was also apparently completely covered in what appears to be peanut butter. Now we are left with the question of what they could have done to warrant such a strong response from our glorious leader.
I agree, generic blonde woman who will fire once we no longer find you attractive. What could the Japanese have done to warrant this? I mean, our glorious leader is ontologically incapable of error of any kind, being that he is, in fact, the second coming of Christ. I think the Japanese must have insulted him, or even our glorious, perfect country, in some way.
Hang on, Chuck. We're receiving an update. Apparently, a few hours before, an aide to the Japanese Prime Minister turned off his computer by pressing the shut down button, which enraged our glorious leader, given that our country is currently in the longest shutdown in history, with the only even comparable one happening during our glorious Supreme Leader's first term. Apparently, after seeing this, our president consumed what appears to be a copious amount of every drug that has or will ever be used for illicit purposes, as well as 6 bottles of pure grain ethanol. After this, he broke into a museum to search for weapons, but was unable to find any within the first 30 seconds, given that he broke into a museum for modern art, and then broke into a shop selling, quote, anime paraphernalia. Apparently, the sword was simply a replica and was not actually sharp. As of this time, we are still unclear as to where the peanut butter came from or why he was covered in such a large amount of it.
Wow, 6 bottles of grain alcohol? He really is a man's man, isn't he, blonde woman?
Oh, for sure. I, with my weak, womanly constitution, can only consume 1 or 2 drinks before feeling faint. But 6 bottles of pure grain alcohol? I'm getting flustered just thinking about a man consuming that much liquor.
Well, thanks, Blondie. We'll be sure to keep you updated. In other news, in a majority opinion written by Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas, the Supreme Court has decided that police officers are allowed to take your property if they want, and complaining about that is actually illegal because it hurts their feelings.
Pretty normal day.